grade 7 students. Welcome to my English class. My name is Teacher Shelo and I'm from Misamis University. And I will be your English teacher for today. So at the end of the lesson, we are going to formulate the who, why, what, where, when, and how questions. So, what will you do if you gather some information? What will you do if you want to have a specific response from a person? Yes, of course, you will be asking some questions. So let us now learn how to construct questions using the WH questions. But wait, what are those WH questions? What is your name? How old are you? Where do you live? Whose pen is this? How are you feeling today? WH questions is a question in English that requests information. So WH questions usually starts at the beginning of the word with, of course, WH like what, when, where, how, who, and why. So if you want to get some information from someone or onto something, of course, you will use WH questions. But how are they being used? So the first word of WH question is the word when. Whenever you want to know the time and the date of the particular event that occurs, then you will be using the word for the WH question when. Like for example, when did you start learning English? When is the next class? And the second WH question that we are going to use when we ask is where. Where talks about place. Like for example, where is your house? Where do you want to eat? Who? Obviously, who talks about a person or the people. Just like for example, who are they? Who is that? And whose bag is this? And now let's go to the fourth WH question that we are going to use when we ask question. And that is what? What talks about objects, ideas, or an action. Just like for example, what are you doing? What are you eating? And if we want to get a reason or an explanation for something, then what are we going to use for the question? That would be why question. Why are you single? Why are you always late? Why are you crying? And finally, the last one, which is included already with the WH questions, is how. We are going to use how when we want to know the process, the condition, or the distance of something. How do you get here? How far is your house? Now, since we already know how to use WH questions already, then we are going to have an activity. But first, to remember it easier, let's do this. Who? When you are talking about a person or the people, what? It is a thing or an action. When? Talks about the time or the date. And where? It talks about the place. Why? You ask question why when you want to know what happened. And lastly, you are going to ask the question how if it talks about the number, the distance, the process, or the condition of something. So for our activity, it's very easy. You just have to determine what is the question or what is the WH question that we are going to use if we ask question by looking at the pictures. Let's begin. First, what is in the box? Second, when? When are you coming home? Third, where is your house? Where is your house located? Who is that walking along the street? The next one is, why are you crying? And the last one is, how? How are you feeling today? How are you? Alright, so those are the WH questions and how are they being used. In the question, we did great job today. So that's it for today's lesson. Bye!